So yes guys, welcome to another episode of the Ghostoul Podcast. Well, today it's just me. It's just old Mickey. Yes, I do apologise. There's no one else here. It's just me. But then again, we can't have amazing guests every single week, can we? No, we can't. So today is a first. I have scheduled this live stream using my Mickey York channel and also my Ghostoul Podcast channel. So this should be going out to 2 YouTube channels live at the moment. It also didn't start. I just had a countdown on StreamYard. So I don't know really what happened there. But yeah, so I had to go live myself basically. So I have no idea what or how this works. So Mr. Ali's in the building. Hauntex TV, go over and check them out. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. Very, very good quality paranormal videos over there. So I might also at one point link this up to my Facebook, I think. So if you link it to Facebook, I used to do that before, and yeah, we used to get lots of views that way as well. But I think I might start doing that. But yes, guys, so today's topic is about urbex and ghost hunting. Should the two go together as one? 2 halves to the jigsaw puzzle slot into place. Do you think it's right? Let me know. We're going to discuss it. But I have my notes with me. Before this starts, I would just like to say you are live on the Ghostoul Podcast too. I don't think they should. Oh, the urbex thing. Okay. We'll get on to that, Kev. Thank you so much for being here, sir. I'd just like to... there's a few notes that I've made for tonight. It's been a busy couple of days, you know, for the paranormal. Firstly, the Ouija Brothers YouTube channel was hacked and has been shut down presently at the moment. They're trying everything to try and get it back. It's been overtaken by a Bitcoin company, apparently. You know, YouTube hopefully will get their channel back. They've worked very hard over the, I think, 8 years that they've been going. So, you know, fingers crossed for them. Steve and Griff get their channel back, because obviously that is their source of income, their time, their effort, their time away from family goes into that. So, and making the videos for the channel. So yeah. Also, Aaron Goodwin, his wife was chatting to criminals in a Florida prison, inmates, about having him unalived. Wow. And apparently this happened in October. She's been arrested, and wow. What can you say on that one? You know, they've also had pictures up on Aaron's Instagram page from Valentine's Day, so only a few weeks ago, about how much they're in love and all this stuff. And now I believe this week she's been arrested. So the source is TMZ in America. So wow, she's been remanded in custody. She's not met bail, or no one's paid her bail to get out. So I think they're keeping her on remand. But they've got text messages and everything. So I don't think she's really going to get away with that one. Yeah. Kev, hope you're well, mate. That's Ali to Mr. Kev. Also, before we start the show, I'd like to wish Gwen and Derek happy anniversary. Gwen Akora and old Derek sadly passed away a few years ago. So yeah, it would have been their anniversary today. So sending lots of loves and prayers to Gwen at the moment. Derek was an awesome man, and you're a lovely lady as well. I've met you before. So there we go. Another one from Ali. Fingers crossed Ouija Brothers get their channel back, which I'm sure they will. Yeah, I think YouTube are on it, but they seem to be a bit slow sometimes to actually get involved. But anyway, bless Gwen. Derek was such a lovely man. Did you meet him, Ali? I never met Derek, unfortunately. So it would have been great to meet Derek in the past, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. But I've only heard great things about Derek, so cheers to Derek and Gwen. So guys, tonight's episode, Urbex ghost hunting. Kev already said they shouldn't go together. Can I have some reasons, Kev, if you don't mind? Obviously, there's the moral. I can't even speak. The moral side of it. It's someone else's property. It's not yours. There is that side that I can see people when they say that you don't own it, you shouldn't be going in it. I do accept that. It's not illegal, technically, by a police. Policemen cannot remove you from a property. Only the landowner or the house owner can remove you from the property. So I think that is why people do it. So I worked with Derek and Richard on the Psychic and Science stage show at Spookfest 2012 at Dudley Castle. Derek said some lovely things and was really supportive. Good old Derek. Yeah, don't worry, Ali. We know keyboards can be a pain sometimes, or your phone. but yes, so Urbex exploring, ghost hunting. Tell me your thoughts. Kev is not a fan. Whereas if I'm not breaking in, I will do it. To be fair, fat fingers. Yeah. So for me, I can see why people don't like it. Would I go into someone's house that was on the same street as me if the door was open? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't just walk in their house and get the old spirit box out while they're watching Emmerdale. No, I wouldn't do that. Excuse me. But properties that are in very bad disrepair, falling apart. In my own morality, I don't mind going into them locations. So as long as I'm not damaging anything, I don't have to break a door panel, smash a window, pull off wooden boards that have been attached from the owner of the property. If I can literally just walk in an open area, then for me, I probably would do it most times, if I'm honest. Is it a cheap way, an easy way of getting a video? Yeah. Locations are so expensive. Abandoned places can look spooky and scary on a video. They cost nothing. So we are for it as we have done it. However, only if accessible, and we only leave fingerprints. Yeah, we don't touch or damage anything. It's just something that sits outside of my personal ethics. I think if you break in, then big issues. It doesn't help. Locations cost so much. Exactly. I think that is a problem. I think the rise of channels like Ouija Brothers, Ghosts on Trent, Ghost Theory, The big ones, at the moment, the current 3 that get massive views and massive traffic, most of their locations are abandoned. I don't think I'm sure they do go to certain locations that you have to pay for, but yeah. So Ali's been to a few with me. If he doesn't feel right, he doesn't go in, and I think that's how you should be, really. Hi Tim, hope you're good, mate. So hey Mickey, hi Hauntex. Yeah. Locations need to offer event prices and team prices based on how many people attend. Yeah, well, I think that is the case. If it's not a public event from a public events company, and it's just, say, a team of 3 people, 4 people, or a couple of little teams together, like a couple of duos, just pay or charge them for that location. Awesome, Tim. Because everybody is being priced out. I don't think many people will pay the hundreds and thousands of pounds for locations anymore, and urbex will become popular even more again, I think. If locations allow us to film for free and return doing a video promoting their business, then cool. Some actually do that, Ali. Some locations, they will give you a reduced cost to hire the place for a few hours. And then in return, you obviously do a video, and obviously, as long as you treat their building with respect and your video is good, then they get that out of it, don't they? So, Kev, some places are just insane money. I tried to hire Shrewsbury Prison a couple of years ago, and they wanted $3,500 for 4 people. Yep, $3,500 for 4 people. Crazy. This is why we thought about doing Hauntex TV's haunted hotels. So is that where you would hire a hotel room and then go from there and film in your room? Is that right, Ali? Hi, Kev. With you on that one, Kev. Some are so expensive. Yeah, they're ridiculous. Hello from the US. Glad I caught this chat. It would be good to find events on the western slope of Colorado, 1 hour from Moab, Utah. Is that Utah? Hello, Gayla. How are you? Hope you're well. Gayla is one of my lovely, lovely friends on YouTube. So really glad you're in the chat. I've been digging about for the workshop, and I'm trying to keep it to a maximum of 10 people attending. Exactly. So how are you finding that, Kev? How is that going for you so far? Pay for the biggest room yet and then investigate it like the one did at Skegness. Would you go into other areas of the hotel, like the back staircase, maybe corridors, the landings, possibly, I don't know, the restaurant, if it's available, if it's closed? Would you try and do that? I've done that before in the Hind Hotel in Wellingborough. Did the restaurant, very active compared with the honeymoon suite that I'd booked. It was quite dead, really. So it's difficult. I don't want to charge a fortune. That's the thing. Nobody's got any money at the moment, Kev, and for good quality service, sometimes it does cost a bit more, and some people don't want to pay it. Only if the hotel staff are okay, but we would ask though. It's just an idea for you, Ali, to go and have a look, Is that restaurant being used? Can I just go in there for 20 minutes with my camera and talk to the ghosts that are doing the washing up? Yeah. Good evening, Radgiva. Thanks for joining. Greetings from Holland. Hey, Netherlands. Do you say Netherlands or Holland? Because obviously we say Holland over here. Yeah, in Holland or Netherlands, do you have abandoned buildings, and do you have explorers going in there? Is it a problem for you over there? Both. That's all right then. So what's your take on urbexing over there. Holland is Provence. Cool. So obviously over here in the UK we have a lot of people that urbex. I never heard of urban exploring until I was filming at an abandoned pub near my house, and Holland is and Provincie. Okay, cool. And yeah, and there's some blokes turned up. We were filming, doing ghost hunting and that, and people, this one bloke turned up with a camera, and it was a still camera, and someone said, oh, it's just an urban explorer. I had no idea what an urban explorer was at that point. Now you're talking 2012 maybe, that sort of time frame, and it was just some bloke with a backpack and a camera, and he was taking photos of all the junk and all the broken windows and the paint peeling. And I thought, well, that's a bit weird. I didn't really know what that was. And then I looked online, and you had these websites with thousands and hundreds of thousands of locations, and it's like, wow, people do like this stuff. So we have a contact at Britannia Hotels who we had meeting with about getting access to all their hotels. However, no joy as of yet. Okay, I don't know about visiting empty buildings for searching for ghosts. Which app do you use, like Spirit Box? Yeah, we do have Spirit Boxes to use. But apps are not. There's a thing about apps. Some people think they're, when you have the apps working, that they are, oh, there's a ghost talking to me. They're using the app. Other people use them just to start like a conversation, not thinking it's definitely a ghost, using the app. I've used the apps before when it's gone a bit quiet. So for me, it's I like to use them, but I don't believe, there's 100% there's a ghost talking to me. It's just the app. So Kev, you should check out the Factory in Hinckley. They don't charge a lot for room hire. Decent venue as well. It used to be a mill, and it's where we had our wedding reception. Nice people run it. Is it called the Factory? Is that what it is? Is it haunted? Amazing, thank you. Look into it. You usually need a main room and 2 separate rooms. See this link. Yeah, guys, so if you can share this video while we're on stream, that would be great. Whichever channel you're watching it on, Mickey York or the Ghostoul Podcast, I don't know which one we are on, which one you're watching it on. So, fun fact, I work in nearby Castle Wardenburg. Oh, nice. Is that big? Is that abandoned? Is that like a tourist location? That would definitely be somewhere. I like castles. I like the history of castles. Would you call them abandoned? They are in Wales. Who's been to an abandoned castle in Wales? I've been to about 7 so far. And there's a few more on my list. Some good places though. In England, they get knocked down and turned into flats. But in Wales, they're looked after and they're just left, really, for people just to go and have a look, learn about the history of the place. And that's what I like. I love the history that's attached to ghost hunting, paranormal investigation, all that. It's definitely one of the bonuses. Yeah, it's called the Factory. It's on Factory Road, Hinckley. They have smaller rooms and then a large room, a little bit like a hall. Gives haunted vibes too. Right, so we have something from Dark Vale Brewer, Tim. When I first started investigating, we used all sorts of equipment. We did it because that's what we saw on YouTube, etc. Yeah, we quickly learned that this wasn't the best, so scaled it down. Yeah, I've definitely scaled down an awful lot of my stuff that I used to do. Sounds perfect. Thanks. When I first started, you just see the TV shows, don't you? I was started when Most Haunted was on. Most Haunted and Taps, really, Ghost Hunters. And then Ghost Adventures turned up. And all the gadgets just went boo, boo, boo. Everyone started buying them. They were available everywhere. But they were so expensive. This castle is not banned. Is that abandoned? It's still. The haunted story is about Dr. Forst, who have lived there in the story. Oh, nice. Oh, so it's like still available to go to, still in use then. How about Neil's place in Hinckley, Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre? Maybe he would do you a deal. So you're looking at it from my channel. Ah, perfect. Cool. Thank you so much. Just wondered, really. I've never done a 2-channel at the same time live. So just basic equipment, camera, torch, voice recorder, pen and paper. Yes, the pen and paper is coming back, people. Yes. SK, how are you, sir? Hope you're well. I've just booked it. God, Kev, you don't hang around. Fair play, man. Being a Welshman, I can confirm we definitely look after. You do. I went to the one where I'm a Celebrity were. Was it Gurwitch? I'll probably say that completely wrong. Gurwitch Castle. I also went to Rudland Castle and Conwy Castle. Basically, and all in the same day. Conwy Castle is absolutely ginormous. All the levels, all the turrets you can go up and down. Absolutely amazing. Efficient. Superb, Kev, brilliant. We got access to Mains Castle in Dundee, where I'm from, for $2.50 for an overnight stay as well, and then even made us bacon rolls the next morning. Now, was that limited to so many people, or did they just say, Ali, you can have this for $2.50, whether you bring 100 people or you bring 4 people? Conwy Castle, yeah. So that's the one that's on, basically on the beach, isn't it? On the seafront, if I'm right. I went there before. No, as many as you wanted. That's good. That's a good location then. So Mains Castle in Dundee. If anyone's in Dundee, go and have a look. Check it out. They do ghost hunts there now. Oh, cool. Always been told about Jedburgh Jail, about going there to book that place. So many times I've had the opportunity to go, but something has always been in the way. Something's clashed or something happened and I couldn't go there on that day. So, liked and shared. Yes, that's the one. Cool. That is, I was blown away by that place, basically. It was absolutely amazing. But I was happy I went to the Jungle Castle, the I'm a Celebrity one. I put the old crown on, held the star that they win. So yeah, it was good to see where they'd actually done the events, the trials in the castle, and the dunny was still there, the Danny. So yeah, it was quite nice going there. Mains Castle is where Lorraine Kelly got married. Nice. So, Kev, question for you, if you're still here. You say you don't agree with going to abandoned places for ghost hunting, looking around for personal reasons and your ethics. What about castles? What about castles that are left in just fields in, like, say, in Wales? Because there are some, like Yulo Castle is in North Wales. Ogmore Castle in South Wales. They're both abandoned, basically. They have a little plaque telling you what it's about, but There's no staff there. There's nothing. Absolutely. Yeah, ruins, as Ali would say. What about those sort of locations? Castle ruins, I've got no issues with, provided there's no vandalism. Yeah, obviously you don't vandal. You just go talk to air like we do most of the time. Okay. Is that because there's no personal items there? Like if you go into an abandoned house or old factory, you see like staff records, maybe you see photos of family that used to live in the house, clothing, toys from children. Is that where you're, like, the side of the ethics you are on? Is that for that reason? So I definitely see your point. I think maybe 8-9 years ago I went to Wales. There was a street in Wales and the whole street was abandoned, and every single house, like the people had left. I think the local properties developers or whatever had purchased it, and they were going to knock the whole street down. So there was just these houses left, and we went in a couple of those houses. That, like, the doors are open, the back doors were open, and we walked in, and there was a lot of personal things left. And some photos, like on the fridge, there was, you have the fridge magnet and you have the photos of the kids, what they've done at school, like the certificates, and it's like, wow, it really hit home that these people obviously have been bought out and forced to leave, basically. But it wasn't nice. So I do understand what Kev's where he's coming from. Ghostoul Priory. I always get Jew the wrong way around. I think it's EUI. Spanish and Crip, you know what I mean. Yeah, I think houses should be respected. Like I said, don't break into these places. Would you? What am I trying to say? If I walked into an open back door, would you class that as breaking in though? That's what I'm saying. Because I never break in, never kick a door in, never break a window. If the door's open, I walk in. That's where I'm sort of going from. Hi Diane, hope you're well. Thanks for joining. Where did I get to? Don't break stuff or take stuff. No, definitely not. No. That's going too far, I think. Ogmore Castle is not far from me and it is accessible. There's also Candleston Castle, which is more of an old manor house, and that's also a ruin and is open. Oh, excuse me. It's a bit like Houghton House in Ampthill in Bedfordshire. That's an old manor house. That's looked after by English Heritage until 5 p.m. and then it's not. But there's no personal item, it's just ruins again. The problem is someone breaks in, so the door's open, and then people go in because the door's open. So it's a thin line. Okay, I can see where you're coming from. For me, if it's already open and I'm not stealing or breaking anything, then I would go in. But again, that's my line sort of thing, not my level. So, but like I said, that's why we're here. We're all here to talk about the same thing. So, just to get different opinions on it, on the subject. I'm meant to be editing tonight. I need to power edit to get this video out for Sunday. Sorry, Ali, I am annoying you. Sorry. I'm not DVI tonight. Absolutely, though. Do not vandalise any location. 100%. Yeah, so, yeah, that's good. The more people... We've been to locations... Ali will back me up on this, and he's walked in and he's seen kids in there kicking walls in and damaging, smashing stuff, and you have to like shout at them, tell them to get out. You know, it's disgusting. These kids are fucking stupid sometimes. Hey Tim, it's trespassing. It is trespassing. All good, Mickey. That's good. Hello, Diane. It's just where your personal line is, I think, though, Tim. Yes, it's not illegal. It is trespassing. It's civil trespass. Is the land, most of the time, these abandoned places, the owner's not been there for 10, 20 years by the state of them. And I'm talking about ones that are really trashed, not ones that have recently been opened, you know, and recently visited, where all the personal stuff is still there. I don't really like those ones. I know I'm being a bit of a hypocrite, but you know, I do have some standards. You know, I would see it as an issue, but I know most won't. Yeah. You must be certain that the building not used at the moment. Yeah, exactly. You can sort of tell sometimes. Some of them are really badly looked after and damaged. So, am I only seeing half the chat? I don't know. Can you see the chat? Oh yeah, you have a different screen to me. Hello there, Darkdale. I thought I know that Houghton House. Yeah, it's a great place. That's ruins. Some would say after 5 o'clock you shouldn't go there. But the Stanley Hotel near Boulder, Colorado allows for paranormal investigation up to 34 people in the group. The site says no charge. We're in the wrong country here. Gayla, we're coming over. Wow. It's on Mickey's other channel. Oh, I see. Yeah, I am streaming live on the Ghostoul Podcast channel and my Mickey York channel. I don't normally do Mickey York, but I thought, why not? You know, jump on both. And it lets me simultaneously live stream. So, yeah, that's probably why, Kev. Sorry. It is greedy, but, you know, why not? Kill two birds with one stone and all that. You never annoy us, dude. I'm sure I do. Spotted Ghost. Hello, man. How are you? My auntie's RIP house has been in a few paranormal videos. It's not nice seeing it in the state that is in now and seeing people go through her things, smashing things. Oh my god. Is there any way of, like, who technically owns your aunt's house now then? That's crazy. The fact you've seen it on YouTube. That must be awful. I put up a Mythos video that it's easier enough to check the land registry to find out if it's abandoned owned. Okay, I saw Mythos' video. But yeah, he had a good viewpoint on it. He went into quite a lot of detail. So yeah, shout out to Mythos. Trying to get him on my channel, but he won't. It keeps just slipping through the net. Funny part, my name in English means counselor protection. You're gonna come and protect us all, are you? I like that. We literally stopped those teenagers wrecking East Carlton Hall. That was, wasn't it? They soon stopped and got out though. Yeah, there was a car in the car park around at the bottom floor, and they were smashing up the tail lights. Tail lights. I'm American. The headlights on the car as well. Such idiots, some people. I'm the same as you, Mickey. I'm not the one who broke in. Worst I'm doing is trespassing. Yeah, unfortunately I am like that. I've seen some awesome, amazing places over the years that are abandoned and are not visited by the owner. Well, there's no signs of that anyway. Just the fact that they're in such bad state. And I do go in, take photos, do a little video, whichever, unfortunately. But for my own morals, I'm okay with that. I'm not breaking, I'm not stealing. Am I highlighting the area in a video? to help other people go there. Maybe. I don't tend to put out the location, to be fair. I've never had someone contact me and say, oh, where's this location, I want to go there. I never really give that out unless it's somebody I do know, but no one's really asked. So yeah, I only see half the chat. Sorry guys, I'm being very cheeky. I am talking to half of you at the same time as the other half. Portal to the Paranormal. Hello Nando, or is it Sarah? Hope you're good. You can watch it on here. Does it you are seeing the screen I'm looking at, aren't you? So these ones that I put up, you can see them, but I've got a different area here in the chat. But yeah, it's difficult sometimes. Always have to be mindful. It's actually destructive. Exactly. Yeah, I've fallen through the floor twice at Crispin's before. Luckily, it's been a ground floor. I went to Crispin's so many. At one point, I was at Crispin's 2-3 times a week, investigating, filming stuff there. One day, I went there, did a ghost hunt on the Saturday. I think the Tuesday, I went back for something, did some more filming, and I found a 4-poster bed on one of the floors in there before it was knocked down a few years ago. 4-poster metal bed. So someone had been there, built this bed up, filmed whatever they filmed there, and then left. And they left it there. It's all I can say is I bet it was a bit of a dirty video, to be fair. Imagine that. That's crazy. To be honest and frank, if we didn't have to investigate abandoned locations, we probably wouldn't do it. Yeah, does that come down to money then? Because for me, that's the cost. If I can go to a creepy... 1, it looks creepy. 2, it looks scary. 3, it may be in some famous, massive YouTube channel video and you think, I want to go there. It's like watching them on telly. The TV shows, they go to these haunted locations. You want to go there just to see what you pick up, what you experience. So for me, that's sort of the attraction as well for urbex places. Freelance Stanley installed gas lanterns in the rooms. A chambermaid entered room 217 with a candle. There was an explosion, said to be the most haunted room. Wow. Was that his name? Freelance Stanley? Is that why it's a Stanley Hotel? I'm stupid, don't worry. I'm just asking a question. Oh, crikey, Gayla. I feel like if you don't explore these kind of places, you potentially miss out on some really interesting and creepy stuff. Life's too short, in my opinion. That's true in a way. Yeah. Are you going to get arrested? If you're not, then enjoy it. Basically. Yeah, it does. We ain't paying £600 a night on a Thursday night at Galleries Adjusted. Galleries Adjusted, always wanted to go there. Never had the opportunity. When I inquired about booking it, like I say, it is very expensive. And for a midweek date as well, not even a Friday, Saturday, that's crazy money. You know, at least you get a discount during the week at East Drive. But I'm sure everybody's done East Drive by now. It's been done to death. I think the ghosts have got bored and gone home, I think. They've gone next door into Carol's house. But yeah. But I've got a lot of friends in Wales that are urban explorers. Kurt and Jordan, Dan Disorder, shout out to you 3 boys. And they go to some amazing places in Wales. The photos they get are just amazing. It makes me want to go there, you know. And that's the problem. It's like, wow, that looks cool. But I've now activated Necrometer, and the ghosts are talking to me, or the AI is talking to you. Let us know what they're telling us. Good evening, Mickey, and hello to everyone else. Rich, sir, how are you? Hope you're well. Price of some locations force people into looking for empty properties. They do, Diane. That's what it's all about, unfortunately. I think if all these indoor locations were available normal prices, like £20-30 a person, people wouldn't be going to these locations that are dangerous. Is there any floorboards? Is the roof going to cave in? Is it got mold? Is it raining and you're going to get soaked? They wouldn't need to. Never done East Drive. No, East Drive isn't cheap. It's about 400 plus, I think, per night on a Friday or Saturday, and I think it's like 200 to 300 and something during the week. So, hi, Rich. We never give the pins of abandoned places we are given to anyone else, especially people we do not know and trust. Exactly. Because if you gave them, say you gave them a location, they went to that abandoned place and they kicked a wall in, they smashed whatever's left, and you'd have the guilt of giving them that location, Undesirable sleeping rough as well. You could get a night. Yeah. There used to be St Edmund's Hospital in Northampton. This was like a small asylum for a while, and it was basically in the middle of town. It's always a location I wanted to go. It looked a bit like Crispin's, but nowhere near as big. And I remember, I think it was like the local newspapers. They went there to do a story on this hospital that had just been abandoned for ages, and there was heroin addicts in there threatening to stab the reporters and the photographers taking the pictures. This was daytime as well, unless they gave them money. So the reporters and that gave them some cash just to, like, don't worry, we're going to go, we're not going to take photos, we're not going to disturb you. Because that's another thing, that if you get stabbed by a needle, it's who knows what could happen to you. East Drive is very overrated in my opinion. Don't believe the hype personally. No, I don't, Rich. We went there last year, didn't we? Wasn't that good, to be fair. $4.50 midweek, I think Bill quoted us. Wow, that is a lot. It ain't worth that. Midweek, I'd charge that £100. Bet that's me. Had a very bizarre incident there, Rich. Oh, this is the incident with you were there with Justin, weren't you, Diane? I've heard this on his podcast, yeah. Not going to say anything happened, to be honest, but I feel it's very overhyped, yeah. Diane's a bit of a conduit for the paranormal. They follow her around and say hello. They like Diane. Yeah. Tell us, Diane, what happened? Because Justin, that turned him into a believer, didn't it? I think. However, we did get quoted £100 per night for skirrid in, breakfast included, which I could sit in. Oh wow, skirrid in. I've never done that. Been there in the daytime. Never done the skirrid though. Hello, Rich. Hope all is well. So, Rich went to a certain Urbex location the weekend, didn't you, Rich? One that myself and Ali went to last week. See, I trust Rich and Mark, West London Paranormal. I trust them. So giving them locations is never a problem. They treat every location with respect. Don't break anything. Don't steal. Don't damage. So I did. Keep your eyes in the Paranormal Monkey podcast. Are you on? Are you going on to tell your story? I know he's been asking you for a while. Yes, we will be watching, Diane. Get Diane on the show. That's what we say. What's the most worried, nervous you've been when it comes to the living, when exploring an abandoned place? There's been a few places that I've been into that maybe I shouldn't have been in. And a few times at Crispin's, to be fair, because like before COVID, before lockdown, like I said, I was at Crispin's 2-3 times a week, and you'd get groups of cars turning up with 4 or 5 people in each car. You'd have like 20 kids, like teenagers, like early 20s, wanting to go into Crispin's, but they wouldn't go in. They were too scared, and they'd turn up. Some of them would go in, and then they would just run around shouting and screaming, being idiots basically. But you never know. Once you're in there and you hear people coming in, you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what their intentions are. So you got to be more scared of the living, I think, than the dead when it comes to ghost hunting sometimes. We go to the Skirrid a fair bit. They charge £40 per person, and we had all 3 rooms for ourselves and bacon sandwiches. Oh, yes. That's what we like. Big up to Justin for his support. He showed us last Sunday. Yeah. Invited you on the show, didn't he, Ali? Ali and Sadie, Hauntex TV on the Paranormal Monkey podcast. Coming soon, I believe. Hi all, good, thank you. Yes, it's a very interesting place. The story behind it is intense. It was a crazy, crazy story. Did you feel anything about that poor lady throughout the night you were there? Like, did you pick up on anything? Anything associated with that story, Rich? Did you say something last time? Didn't we? Or more prepared, Mickey. Yeah. Always got to be prepared when you go to these places. Yes, you have to wait till Monday for Justin's podcast. We can't say any more, can we, die? Ooh. Wink, wink. Nice. I will tune in as always. My lips are sealed. Wow. Oh wow, that's cool. He's been asking you for a long time. I know that. To talk about that special night at East Drive. So yeah, I've never had much there really, but I've only been 5 times. I mean, I know some people go there quite a lot more than I've been, and they have had things happen to them. But it also depends who you're with, how many people are there. Maybe the atmosphere is right at that point. I don't know. It's definitely something that can change on any day. We had a very, very strange encounter up at Hellfire Club in Ireland. Mickey, oh, Mr. Bean in the Hellfire Club. Yes. So me, Mark, right there. That's females are the key for East Drive. Yeah, I'm a man. I'm out of that. Sorry. Yeah, that's good. If females are getting the activity, it shows that there is a target that would help investigating in future investigations there. Yeah, so me, Mark and Rich were at the Hellfire Club in Ireland 2023 February. It was freezing cold. We got there in the afternoon and we went up there after the 40-minute climb through the forest. We nearly died, heart attacks, all that stuff. We were there, put all our equipment down because like, we're coming up, we're not going back. And we had lots of bags and equipment and food and everything. Obviously, this was daytime. There's people there. There's people walking in and out of the abandoned place, taking photos, filming. It's on a massive hill, Montpellier Hill. Very cold, windy, but such a beautiful place. At night time, you can see the whole of Dublin all lit up, all the house lights, street lights, and all that. Anyway, we were there. And we weren't going anywhere till the morning. So, you know, you get to see like who turns up with their dog, their kids. Oh, look at that scary place. Ooh. And then they go off again. And there was this one bloke kept walking in and out of the building. Then he'd come outside because we were like to the side of the building. And he would just look at us, look around, go back in and film again. Then he'd come out, walk round the back, come back to the front, and he'd go in and out like this. We were expecting him to disappear. Now, he was there with us until night time. Now, you're talking, we got there, what time did we get there, Rich? About 4, 5 o'clock? It's still light. No, it couldn't have been. It must have been 3 o'clock, because it was in February, and it gets dark like 6 o'clock, doesn't it? So, yeah, it's a good 4 hours there. And that place, again, the poor lady, can't say too much But no, but we have a possible on the film. Got to sit down and watch the footage properly. Effective. Oh, this isn't Hellfire. This is the murder house we went to. Oh, nice. I look forward to that video. Rich. Mr. Bean, yeah. Anyway, he was like a skinny, gangly man, yeah, with his little camera and little handheld tripod about this big. He's like, ooh, like this. And in the end, he was just doing our nutting because he wouldn't go away. Now, he has every right to be there, as much right as we do. But we had all our gear, tripods, everything, lights, cameras to set up. And he just would not go away. And then he'd go away and then come back in. We thought, oh, yes, he's finally gone. And in the end, we were in there filming certain little bits and bobs in the rooms upstairs, downstairs. And he would just walk in front of us. And it's like, in the end, we started, I think Rich called him Mr. Bean. It was so fucking funny. In the end, it's like, Bean, will you just go away? Hey, it made me laugh. See that video, Hellflow Club? Yeah, it was fucking brilliant. He would stare through us. Yeah, he would just look at us, and like we weren't there. Yeah, he was real. He was real. You know, I think on my island vlog that I filmed, like the behind the scenes bits, it's all in there. Us talking about Bean. I think I even shown Bean. He's actually in my proper video as well, I think. Well, I didn't realise who he was at first. I spoke to him upstairs when we got there. Like I said hello as I walked into one of the rooms when he was in there filming. But it was so funny. I visited Hellfire in West Wickham several times. One of my friends always seems to get his ass grabbed in there. It's not you. Are you sure, Diane? Yeah, he was very real. Craig. I was just gonna say, are you sure he wasn't a ghost? Imagine that. No, he wasn't. He was very real. We thought he disappeared. In the end, we just thought, fuck him. We're just gonna take all our gear in, and hopefully he'll get the hint and go away, because he was on his own. It's not like he'd been there just he wanted to have a look round. He'd been there for 3-4 hours, filming the same things. And I initially thought that maybe he was in care and his carer wasn't with him and he got lost or something. But you have to walk like 45 minutes to get to this location through the woods. So it's not like you could sort of get lost, go into the location. So Greg's ass, right. Suppose he was a brave soul, very determined. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have gone home. Three big blokes with all this gear and, you know, talking to the dead. I would have been out of there if I wasn't into this stuff. Weird as Fook. Yeah, he was a very weird man. He did come back at one point, I think, after about an hour of us started filming at night time, and he walked in with his little light on. So we all sort of flashed him with our lights, and then he went. Which is, like I say, he does have every right to be there as much as we do. But I just thought maybe someone is looking for him and he's lost, and someone's going to be worried about him, because that's the sort of vibe he gave off. He's watching now, yeah. Brain. That begs the question, what if a ghost doesn't know he's a ghost and tries to go on ghost hunter? Yeah, sorry, I'm dead, but I don't know it. And can I bring my camera? That'd be funny. He may well be dying. Yeah, Mr. Bean, if you're watching, welcome along to the show. Probably is, to be fair. If his name's Tom, then yeah. Oh dear. But yeah, that's the sort of stories you get at these places. We also, the same night, so later on, we were started just about to start a spirit box session in the back room upstairs, and these two blokes turned up who were had their joints and that, and they were smoking weed, and they started playing their club music, and we're thinking, oh, for fuck's sake. But again, it's a public place. That's what they do. We were there, I think it was a Saturday night, Rich, wasn't it? Was it Saturday to Sunday we went? Or was it Friday to Saturday? I can't remember now. But yeah, if you went, we went during the week last time, and you don't really get people going up there at that time. But weekend, perfect place. Go out, chill out, go up there. Not many people up there. Smoke your spliff, play your music, get spaced out, and then go home. But in a way, it sort of helped. It sort of gave an atmosphere to it. In the background of the spirit box, we had like techno club music going. It was so surreal, but it was quite cool. But yeah, I agree. It sort of helped. They didn't last long. I think they were there for like an hour. Get goosed by a ghost. Exactly. So but yeah, there's definitely some crazy people that go out to these places, and people may think that we're crazy. We're going out at night time, talking to air, talking to spirits and ghosts. A lot of people don't believe in the afterlife, so they think we're crazy. So, and those screaming teens you had the other week at that church. Oh yeah, that was at Hellfire Caves in West Wickham. Yeah, they were. So for people that haven't seen that video, this was actually at Halloween. I was there with Mark Williams, and we'd just done the Halloween Scarefest thing, and it was about 11 o'clock at night, and we decided that we were going to film in the church above. I think it's called St. Lawrence, I think. So we'd up there, and we went in there, and there was a team already in the church. They had all their cat balls out, their K2s, all over the main pathway of this church. And they're like, watch out, we're live on Facebook, watch our equipment. And it's like, okay. And then there's about 7 of them. And then we spoke to 2 of them as we got just past the church, and they said that there's some kids in there getting drunk by the mausoleum, and they're shouting and screaming at us, trying to ruin our night, trying to ruin our filming. I thought, okay. So there, me and Mark were just in the middle. I thought, how do we play this? And then you see these kids in their torches just running around going, ah, and making stupid noises. And then this team were chasing them, shouting at them. It was like a comedy video. Unfortunately, they left us alone. I was just filming them, doing a bit of ghost hunting, like to see if there's anybody there, as you do. Yeah, that was a crazy night. That video is on the channel. Very strange, but then again, was that Friday or Saturday night that was. So perfect place for locals, girls and boys going up there getting drunk. Tom Gilder, how do I get into ghost hunting? Go to your local cemetery, see what happens. That's what I did. Take your phone to film anything. You got a voice recorder on your phone, anything like that. Don't think everything is a ghost. They were funny. They made me laugh. I just thought the team was so naive to chase and shout these kids. They must have been, I don't know, late teens, mid to late teens anyway. The fact you're chasing them and shouting at them, come here, I'm going to get you. Kids are just going to love that, aren't they? So that can be what past life regression could possibly be every time in your life, moving through time. Could be. I've tried to scare the shit out of them. Exactly, yeah. But these were, I think it's like a male-female split in the team, like half and half, I think. They were live on Facebook anyway, so as you do. But it was just a bit, just such a surreal night. Watch us in the middle, the team shouting there, the kids running there behind the headstones and shouting with their lights, woo, flashing. It was weird, very weird. Yeah, so Diane, she's looking for you, Tom. looking for a ghost hunting event company in your area, you'll meet like-minded people as well. Yeah, it's a good idea. Just don't get ripped off by the prices, though. Do you ever get any calls from anyone asking for help, saying the things going on in their house? I used to get them. A few pubs back in the day, mid 2015, something like that, 14, 15. When I was with UK Haunted, we used to get them all the time. Friends of friends had things happening in their house. They would ring us, send us an email. People on Facebook would send us messages. Oh, I've got this happening in my house, and they'd send pictures and video. Most of the time it was just orbs off an iPhone, and it's like, was your flash on? Yeah, okay, well, it's not ghosts, it's light reflecting off, you know, the dust particles in your house, but it's nothing to worry about, I'm sure. We're similarly leaving that murder house dude that used to end up the subscribers. Yeah, we'd come out of the murder house. We'd been in there about 3 hours, and it's on the main path, the main road in this particular city that we were in, and we were just filming like an outro bit, getting some more shots of the building from the outside with all the lights on, you know, and some kids were walking past, and they were like, woo, trying to scare us, and thought, well, we've just finished, so we're right. And then we went over to talk to them. They were like, oh my god, you went in there, can you get in there, and all this. They didn't even know it was there. I think it's a couple of them, and they ended up subscribing to Ali's channel. It's just, again, you meet some crazy people out and about, but I wouldn't change it for the world. The people I meet on ghost hunts are normally, you know, lovely people, like-minded as ourselves. And even urbex places as well, you know, maybe people, their friends, family think they're weird. They're going to go to an abandoned place and take photos of peeling wallpaper and paint and trashed doorways and windows. But people are attracted to what they're attracted to, aren't they? So, you know, that's what it is. It's all you can do. You know, people like stuff or they don't. That's a question for you guys that are in the chat. Do you openly talk about your ghost hunting side, or do you keep it quiet unless they ask? I am not the person that says, oh, do you know what I do? No way. I keep that as quiet as possible. And when I'm with other people that know what I do and the subject comes up, I look at them as if to say, do not say anything. Unless I can hear what they're talking about and, oh, I really love to do that, or this place, I've heard this place is haunted. And then I say, well, actually, yeah. Because I just don't like the ridicule and the, oh, there's nothing there, no such thing as ghosts. I fucking hate that. So I just wondered how you guys dealt with that, if you have to deal with that in your everyday lives. But yeah, I'm not one to openly talk about it. You know, I'm happy within myself. So yeah. So if anyone else got anything to talk about on the subject of urbex? We've been here over an hour now. Here we go. Tim's on the chat first. I only talk about it in Special Club, where you use a secret knock to get in, and a secret password. Tim, that's what it is. Secret password. To be fair, Sadie and I are proud of our paranormal journey, and I myself am open to talk about it to anyone, as it's part of me and always will be. See, that's the thing, Ali. When you spoke to them 4 youths, as you call them, last weekend, I would have just said, oh yeah, we've just been in there, took some photos, did a bit of filming. I wouldn't have even told them about ghost hunting inside. But that's just how I am. Yeah. But you got some subscribers out of them and a great chat about the local area. So, you know, you get out of life what you put in, I suppose. Maybe I don't put enough into life to get more out of it, I suppose. Most people think I'm crazy and don't believe, but funny how they all have a ghost story. Yeah, everybody's had a ghost story, you know. Everyone's got a family member. Most people have seen their nan or granddad in their house after they've passed. But it is. I never had that when I was young. I never saw a ghost. Never saw anything until I started doing this sort of thing. So for me, I had to open my mind up to be able to see things. And then when I did, it just didn't close, really. The password is boo. I like that. Can anyone join? But yeah, it's yeah. I think urbex and ghost hunting will carry on, like we've said, until the prices change at locations. But yeah, I'm happy to still do it. I have things I won't do when I go into the building, and I can live with that. I can sleep well at night. So, plus I also like to go into them because there might be amazing things to be seen that I maybe would not have seen them things if I hadn't gone in that building. Like someone's life, you can delve into someone's life, how they were, how they lived, who they were, just by going into that building. And if you can live with yourself, then you know it is what it is. I'm happy with myself to do that, just to learn a little bit about somebody. You know. No, still not got to Cold Christmas. I've done all the others, but not Cold Christmas. So true, diet. When you tell people what your hobby is, they laugh, but then immediately turns to interest and they have a story. Exactly. Like everybody's got a story. Everybody laughs at you until they tell you your story, and then they don't laugh as hard, do they? I feel like certain people are more susceptible to seeing ghost spirits. Not sure whether they're attracted to the ghost or the ghost attracted to them. I don't know. I couldn't answer that. But for myself personally, like I said, I had never seen a ghost. I started watching Most Haunted. Thought, oh, that looks good. Used to go to local cemeteries. Started meeting people off Facebook. No, that's not dogging. It sounds so bad. Meeting people off Facebook. Send them a little inbox, you know. No. I went from there, really. Got into local teams. Northampton Spirit Seekers was actually Northampton Ghost Hunters, but then it was shortened to NGH, which is Northampton General Hospital. So when you put a post up on Facebook and socials and that, they're like, what'd you go to hospital for? You're all right. So we changed it to Northampton Spirit Seekers. And then I left there and created UK Haunted. And the rest is history. But yeah, I only started seeing ghosts once I started investigating. So I think that's what is how most of us started. It is, because unless you're watching Taps over in America, I don't even think that was on. Was that on Really TV back in the day, in 2008? I don't think it was. Not at that time. Maybe it was on YouTube. I think, because I think they started around the same time. That's right. My old catchphrase, yeah. Most Haunted come out in 2002. I'm sure Taps was around the same sort of time. Ghost Adventures did their documentary, I think 2007, 2008. And then they didn't come onto the Travel Channel until 2009, 10, I think. So by then I'd already started. But yeah, definitely Most Haunted. I have a lot to thank them for. I've worked with Most Haunted. I've seen what they do behind the scenes. I know the stories. I know the tricks. But there you go. It is what it is. So, and that's all I'm going to say for now. So if there's any other comments, guys, please get them in before I end the stream. I do thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honour to talk to you all. I just thought we needed a chat about Urbex with what's going on at the moment within the paranormal, about the Ouija brothers going to that location. And was it right, was it wrong to go into it? Showing the personal stuff that they did. That was all. A soldier would watch Strange But True and Arthur C. Clarke. Yes, I just missed out on those. Diane. Most Haunted USA was here 2009. What did you think of it, Gayla? Did you enjoy it? You see, I always thought Most Haunted was real, yeah? Until I started doing it myself, and then you learn very quickly that it's not. So, but I suppose that's like in any industry, isn't it? You like what you see, but if you're in that industry, you know it's a load of bollocks, really, I think. Yes, I did. You did enjoy it. That's good. I used to enjoy it as well. I really enjoyed it. I used to buy all the DVDs. I had all the series of DVDs. With Phil Wyman on there, Derek on there, Barry John on there. You know, it was a great show when they did the lives. The lives were amazing. You'd have, was it a Friday, Saturday night, or maybe a Sunday night as well if it was a 3-night live one. You'd get your popcorn and your snacks and you'd have your drink. You'd turn on the telly on Living TV at 9 p.m. And that was the best thing you could ever watch at the time. Anyway. That's probably like 2003, 2004 when they started doing lives. Dudley Castle Live, I think, was their first one they did. When Derek's walking up and down the top of the castle, looking over into the lower area, the moat or whatever. So, yes, Diane, they were good times. The lives were amazing. When they go abroad, they'd go to Italy, they'd go to Holland. Yes, Ali. And you would watch the live cams. You could watch them on your computer, couldn't you? Do you know how many times I entered that competition to get into the studio to go on to the next live? Yeah. Most Haunted was awesome until it got silly. It was a great watch. Yeah. It was. Anybody that's into Ghost Hunting now, there's no one I don't think that can't say they were value for money at the beginning. So, I started Ghost Hunting in 2008. So, for me, up until then, and probably a year or so until I really got into it and really knew what I was doing anyway, I believed everything I saw. Great concept and format, Most Haunted was at the time. Now, if that bloke from Holland is still on, where is he? Don't want to get his name wrong. Sorry, I got a cold. My cold's coming back. I do apologise for the sniffing, guys. There he is. Just seeing him. Where's he gone? Rodegiver. That bloke. I hope it's a bloke. Maybe not. Anyway, Most Haunted went to Holland, and they were getting nothing. And apparently, someone there said, "We don't have ghosts in Holland." So that's what Richard Felix told me. And do you remember the long black leather coat that Richard used to wear on the Most Haunted shows and the lives, with the big Eric Cantona collar and the big long flowing black leather coat? Derek tried to buy that off him, but he refused. He wouldn't let him. But yeah, anyway, I've never seen a ghost myself, even though I was with my mate when he took a picture of an old railway signal box. And he looks at the picture straight away, and there's a creepy face in the window. Ooh. Was that pareidolia? Are you seeing faces in randomness? Our brain is susceptible to that. But yeah, I've seen faces in pictures and you think, wow, that is a face. That is definitely a face. And other people say, no, it's just matrixing or pareidolia. So, you know. I think if you think it's a ghost, that's all that matters, really. I've got a picture of myself at Bodmin Jail with all the old cells, top to bottom in the picture behind me. And there's a person in white stood in one of the windows. Now, there was no one in that building. I personally think that's a ghost. Other people necessarily do not. So that's up to them. But within myself, I'm happy to think there was no one there. I was just outside. So, because we've been told to leave the museum, so they're all closed. And the staff that were working there was just 2 people behind the bar that would open up the museum at that point and then let you in, and they'd lock it again afterwards. They were wearing black, so there was no one that I'd seen in the 2 hours I was there on that Sunday afternoon that was dressed in white. So yeah, for me that was a ghost. But other people may be able to prove it wasn't. But I'm happy for myself to say that was a spirit for myself. So, but yeah. And I didn't even take the photo, so it's not like I tried to plan it. So, but yes, guys, any more questions? Anything else to say before we finish? You guys are lovely, and I thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an honour and a privilege. Anything at all. Oh, I've got like 20 messages. Can I watch this on my phone? No more messages, guys. In that case, please subscribe to my channel if you don't already, and the Ghostoul Podcast channel. There'll be more guests coming back. Diane, I should get you on the show to chat about Easter Eve. Or is that a bit cheeky? I think that's a bit cheeky, isn't it? Oh, wait there. I've got all these comments just come back up. Sorry, it wasn't you. It was me. No, it was clear, pale face. My mate was so shocked. He's sucked through his phone. Sorry, guys. I just had like 10 messages come up. These comments were not there. Bodmin Jail is really active. Yeah. Derek Akora. Don't abuse Derek, SK. Derek was lovely. Derek's a lovely man. It's his anniversary of his marriage today as well. So thanks for letting me visit. Thank you, Gayla. Thank you for your amazing support as always. No worries, Mickey. Being great. Take care, mate. 2 a.m. Wake up for me. See you on the flip. See you later, man. Thank you for joining me. I don't think you'll be seeing. I wasn't. I really don't think we'll see. All right, Diana. It's fine. No one wants to come on my show. No, I'm joking. Thanks all. Get on, Diana. Very nice book. Yes, Diana's lovely. She knows everything. She can tell me about Carl Christmas. But yes, I'm going to end this there, guys. If I can. Anyway, thank you so much. Tune in possibly next week. There's more videos coming on Mickey York channel. I've got the Janet the Doll experiment that lots of people in the paranormal that you probably know sent me questions. They were involved in this experiment, this controlled experiment video. This is out next Monday, so in 6 days time, on 7 p.m. on the Mickey York YouTube channel. So see you, mate. Well done, Mickey. Thank you, Ali. Good night, Diane. Thank you, everybody. You're awesome. So yeah, share, comment, like, subscribe. See you in a bit. Booyah.